Okay, so ratios and rates are kind of one and the same, right? They live within the same family, if you will. But a rate is a very specific type of ratio, right? So it's sort of within the same umbrella, but just a little bit more specific. So what we have learned is that we know that you can do this on your slides too, kind of as we go. And you can pause it if you need more time to kind of think about it. You can rewind. You can also, watch it as many times as you need. So, what we know is that a ratio is simply the quotient of two numbers. Okay, so let's think about that for a second. So, a ratio comparison is when you're comparing two kind of quantities, right? Like apples to oranges. And it's the quotient, meaning the answer to a division problem of those numbers, right? That is the ratio, the comparison. So, if we had 3, 2, 4 oranges to apples, right? 3 oranges, ors, to 4 apples, a's. We are having a ratio comparison that can be kind of figured out. We can figure out what that ratio is simply by converting it into a division problem, aka a fraction, and solving, right? So 3 oranges divided by 4 apples can get us, right? It can get us that ratio comparison. So as we move on, then we know that a ratio is simply the quotient of two numbers, while a rate is the ratio of two measurements, right? So we're still comparing two things, but this time what's unique is that they have different units, right? So they might have things here as noted like miles and hours, right? He traveled to his grandma's house and it took him 2 hours to go 100 miles or whatever it is, or dollars to ounces, right? To your shopping and you really want that ham and whatever, right? It's this many dollars to this many hams would probably be in pounds. Okay. So you're comparing measurements to things still. But what's unique, what's slightly different is this time you're comparing two different units.